The Bamboo Project Podcast starts in 3, 2.
Welcome to the Bamboo Project Podcast. My name is DonivanGray, the future $10 billion man. On the way to 10 billion, I decided that I am going to help create 1,000 millionaires, including myself. And not by being a guru or selling a course, but by doing the things I already love to do every day and documenting my journey to get there. I figure I'll make all the mistakes so you don't have to. My name is DonivanGray, and this is how I will turn my life into a living. If you want to catch up on our journey, we made different playlists for all the videos that we are into, and you can find all of those links in the description box below. This may be your first time here, and if it is, welcome to the family. But for everyone else, this is chapter 4, page 198. So today's date is Sunday, January 14th, and it is 11:37 a.m. Okay, now, as you all know, before we get into topics of the day, we always start off with screen time. Okay, are y'all checking your screen time? Do y'all know how much time you spend on your phone? I bet you don't, but we do. Because, as I always say, if we are not taking advantage of our phone, then our phone is taking advantage of us. And can't have that. So let's see how we did last week. Okay, so last week, every day, I spent on average 7 hours and 54 minutes on my phone. Really? All right, so last week, I spent 20 hours on X, then YouTube for 7 hours and 56 minutes, and then Instagram for 5 hours and 18 minutes. So like I said, I spent about 3 hours a day on Twitter, about an hour a day, a little bit more on YouTube, and Instagram, less than an hour a day. It's good. It's good. I like where this is going. I like this. I'm fine. If I'm gonna spend my time on an app, I'm gonna spend my time on my phone. Let it all be on one app. I'm cool with that. 3 hours a day. I feel like that's not that bad. Is that a lot? It probably. I don't know. I feel like it's not a lot. Like I do an hour when I wake up, a little bit throughout the day, and an hour when I go to bed. I feel like it's not a lot. What you think? You think it's a lot? If I break it down like that, you think it's a lot if I do it that way? You know? My pickups went up crazy. I picked up my phone on average 122 times per day. My first used app after pickup was Mail, then Twitter, then Messages. And Messages was my highest notifications last week. All right. So for Wednesday, for Twitter, I was on it. I wasn't even on Twitter for more than 30 minutes an hour. And I mostly use Twitter towards the end of the day, it seems like. That's my highest usage, like 30 minutes at a time, you know? Okay, baby girl, what was your screen time like last week?
I was on my phone on average last week 8 hours and 36 minutes per day, which is up 23% from the week before.
Mm-hmm.
So my most used app is Monopoly Go.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that.
For 12 hours and 7 minutes.
It's not that bad. It's at 12 hours? It's not that bad.
But the nature of the game is like, how was I even on there for 12 hours?
That's kind of a lot. You look at it from that perspective. That's like, it's not 2 hours, a little bit less than 2 hours a day.
But I think it's because last week I discovered trading.
Oh.
And I was trading them cards.
Mm-hmm.
So there was that, and then my second most used app is TikTok for 9.5 hours. Then Instagram for 5 hours. Then Gmail. I picked up my phone on average 111 times, which is down 8% from the week before. My first used app after pickup is Gmail, then Messages, then Monopoly Go, then Instagram. See,
where's TikTok?
That's what I'm saying. TikTok is not on.
And how many hours you used it?
I was on that damn clock app for damn near 10 hours.
Then I guess we pick it up. It's like an hour of use every time pick it up. All right, now for subscriber check on our main channel, we are at 6,705. Okay, and then on the Candle channel, shout out to the Candle channel, Ember Candle Co. We are at 800 total subscribers. Okay, now with that being said, we had a nice little bump in the last couple of days, maybe like last week, because we threw out those shorts that we went out and got from recording people smelling the candles. We got about 50 or so subscribers in that week. And that's amazing because we are only 200 away from being monetized. Okay, one more income stream. I don't know how much we're gonna get paid from it, from having a YouTube channel with the candle page. I don't know how good it's gonna be. If we get out a lot more of them videos, so right now we did some more over the weekend, so I think when those go out, another couple 20-30 subscribers, because we were averaging about 30 a month. Honestly, a little bit less than that. And then right now it says we're at 55. And then on Instagram, we actually lost some followers on Instagram from, it seems like, posting the shorts. Not sure the correlation there, but we are currently at 894 followers on Instagram. But however, when I go on Facebook, it tells me I have more followers on Instagram. So I don't know if Instagram is playing with me to think I have less followers. And I'll just come back on one day and I'll say I have 906 or something like that. They love playing those childish games. Welcome back, everybody. Happy Sunday. This video will be coming out today. So I recorded a couple hours before y'all got it. Right now it's 11:47. I feel very accomplished. That's the vibe I have today. Yeah, that's the emotion that I feel. And I really have been, like I said, trying to embody the idea of focusing on my environment more than myself. And I feel like I've been having good feedback from focusing on my environment. I've been having good results focusing on my environment than trying to do it like focusing on me. And one thing that I've noticed when it comes to focusing on my environment is that it's like, I don't want to say a self-esteem thing. It's more like I don't have to be hard on myself. And I don't really know what the repercussions of that are. But it's like, okay, it's not a me thing, right? And I feel like sometimes with myself, maybe other people also, you might just kind of capitulate to, this is who I am. This is just how I act, or this is just whatever. It's how I grew up, right? This is my personality. However, you kind of have someone to blame for whatever things that you don't like are happening to you, right? And the weird thing about it is you also have the ability to change it, right? And it's very physical. You can see it. So what I mean by that is if something is not going right for me, right, I could look at myself and then try and beat myself up about it. Like, oh man, Donovan, you suck. You're not doing this right. What's wrong with you? Get it together, right? I could do that. But I don't necessarily think that makes it better, right? I don't feel like that actually progresses much more, because even then, at the end of the day, things will still go wrong regardless of how good you are at something, right? That's just how it is. So inevitably, you're gonna still be in that state of just like self dread, right? So I when I look at it now, I'm like, okay, something is going wrong. I can blame my environment. It's you. It's your fault, environment, right? And the part that I guess I enjoy the most about it is that it's not another person. So I can't blame, like, I'm not blaming someone else and their shortcomings for whatever problems I might have, right? It's like, so it allows me to still be able to change it without having a person to blame. I feel like when you have a person to blame, you expect them to change, right? And then you kind of have a circle where you're like, okay, I want that person to change. They're not changing. Let me change that person, right? And then if I'm thinking about it from that perspective, then inevitably what will happen is I'll say to myself, damn, I'm not changing that person. It's because I'm bad at whatever the thing is that I'm doing, right? That's what I feel like would be the natural progression of thought when you're thinking about or coming from, how can I change the other person? But if I say, it's not me, it's not you, it's the environment that we're in. It's like, okay, well, we could kind of come together to try and change the environment. I can change my environment without having to worry about my environment being petty or my environment fighting me back. Like, I'm not worried about that. If I feel like there is a boulder in the way of getting down whatever path I'm trying to go, right? Let's use that as an example. I could be like, you know what, Donovan, you're not strong enough to move the boulder, right? You're just not strong enough. Or I could blame somebody else and be like, damn, why put this boulder here? You trying to stop me from going to wherever I'm trying to go, right? Or I could be mad at the boulder, right? I could be mad at the environment location of the boulder. I'm like, okay, if I change my perspective to look at the boulder, I'm like, okay, I can fight against the boulder. I can have somebody else help me with the boulder, because at that point, I'm not putting it on that person. Like if I said to someone, you're weak, you can't move the boulder either, it's probably unlikely that person want to help me move the boulder. It's just unlikely. Like, why would you want to help me do that if I'm over here telling you that you suck too? So I'm like, okay, I'm looking at the boulder. I go, what can I change about this situation that'll get this boulder out the way? And that's how I've been looking at, like I said, the last couple things or couple days or weeks of the month. And I've definitely seen a lot of progress. And the biggest progress I think I've seen will probably be with just how I feel internally. I feel like I definitely am a little bit more loose. I feel lighter, and I'm contributing that to just the thought change. Now, I think on the last podcast I talked about my friend and I going to get videos for the YouTube channel, TikTok, or whatever else, right? And I talked about when I went by myself that I wanted to change my environment when I was there, because I felt like I wasn't getting the right people at the place, right? So, and I think who was I talking with? I think I was talking or commenting with Jessica on one of the last podcasts, and we were talking about your environment changing you. I think with Jessica, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it was on the vlog. It was on the Discord, not the Discord. It was on the live maybe. But either way, the reason I change my environment is because it'll be able to change me, right? So if I want to make a change in myself, instead of thinking about, okay, what can I do to me, like, and mentally, to make myself get over this hurdle or whatever the situation is, I can switch it to how can I change my environment to change me. So, or change whatever I'm trying to get, or change what outcome I want. So I talked about the last podcast when I was out trying to figure out how can I get more videos for the social media and the website. And I was at a place that I felt like wasn't a very good place for what I was trying to do. There's too many tourists. People were kind of moving very quickly through the area. I'm like, damn, this is not really the best. So I decided I was going to move from there to Penn Station, which was a lot better. People were kind of waiting for the train. They were standing around. They weren't as in a rush because they were taking the LIRR as opposed to the subway. The LIRR might come every 30 minutes, 45 minutes, every hour, whatever. And then on the other side of that, they had what is it called? Like another eating area they had, what is that called? It's called like Moyni Hoyni Hall or something like that, right? But it's not, they have food areas there, but it's a larger waiting area for the train. And they have the, what is that train called? I think they have the New Jersey Transit over there. So, like I said, it's a really large area for people to wait. And I figured this would be a great spot for me to get content, right? And like I said, 2 people I got that day was a lot easier, or the person I got that day was a lot easier than when I was at Chelsea Market. So the next day, my friend and I went out. We went out getting videos. This day is way easier than the other day. I start off going to Penn Station to get the content. I've already learned from the day before, this is a better environment for me to get content. So we're walking through there, but it still took us, we were out there pretty much all day, maybe like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. Maybe not 8, maybe like 5 to 7 hours, something like that. And we probably got 7 videos, right? So I'm like, okay, this is better than it was on Tuesday or the other day I went, but this is not as sufficient as I would like it to be. And it still feels hard, right? I'm like, okay, what else could I change about my environment to make this easier, right? Now, my friend suggested that I bring my camera to wear around my neck, right? And the day that I went out there, I figured that it would be better to have our candle bag as opposed to, I was walking around with an Anthropology bag, which is another store's brand. And I'm like, you know what? I think we would do a lot better if I was carrying my own bag, right? And I was not wearing my green and black bag because it did not fit. It's a very industrial type of bag, something you would wear if you were working in construction. It's that kind of bag. And I felt like it didn't match the vibe I had with my clothes. So I'm like, okay, next time I come out, I'm not gonna wear the bag. I'm gonna have my camera and I'm gonna have our bag, right? So we had went out on Sunday, and I ended up forgetting the sample cards, right? And I was like, damn. I was like, fuck, because that was the whole point of a part of it is once I have somebody smell a candle and they like it, I give them a sample card, and they're like, oh, this is great. But when I didn't have them, I'm like, this really messed up the whole flow of what's going on here. And I'm like, should I go home or should I stay here, right? And I ended up deciding to go home because I felt like, one, I did not plan to go out on Sunday. That was the first thing, right? Number two, when I was thinking about it, I'm like, damn, I didn't even post the podcast yet. It's like 99% done. I got to go back home and finish that. Three, my friend Tim, something that happened where he felt like he was feeling really uncomfortable. He wanted to go home also. So it just ended up, and plus I didn't have sample cards. So all these things kind of came together. We're just like, you know what? It's better for me to just go home, finish what I had to do, and do that work and come out another day. So we went outside. That was last Sunday. So me and him went outside this Saturday, right? I met up with him at Grand Central. And I said, you know what? There's a mall that's near here. So it's near Penn Station, but it's like on the waterfront, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. Let's go over there and try that place. So mall's probably built like 5 years ago. They have a lot of high-end stores in there. Tiffany, Dior. They might have YSL in there, I think. They have a lot of uppity stores are there. They also have a lot of food stores. They got an H&M in there. They got Lululemon in there. They got a Shake Shack. So it's like a pretty diverse set of people that will walk through there. And they probably have money. You know, our target audience, women with money. Okay? So we go over there, right? Now, one thing I also learned about myself is that I do better once I get told no. Once I get my first rejection, for whatever reason, I feel pumped up to be like, all right, let's go and get more people, right? So as you're walking around, I'm feeling mad, uncomfortable, like, damn, I gotta get a no. Who should I ask for my no? And we're walking, and I'm just like, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling like talking to nobody. I'm not really feeling it, right? I'm like, I can't be here talking to nobody. Like, that'd be terrible. So I go, okay, I know for a fact if I get told no and rejected, it helps me do better afterwards. So I think my friend approached somebody. I forgot who he approached first, but they said no when he asked them. I can't remember what the circumstance was. But then for me, I was like, all right, I'm walking. We were probably there for maybe 35, 40 minutes before I talk to somebody. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to find somebody just to tell me no. I don't think it was that long. It might have been like 30 minutes. And then I saw somebody. I'm like, all right, hey, you a candle person? They were like, huh? I'm like, candles. You like candles, right? Mind you, it still came out less fluid than what I just said right now. So they were just like, oh, I'm okay, I'm fine. And I'm like, okay, now I feel better. I don't feel afraid. I don't know if that's the word, because I'm not afraid necessarily, but like the comfortable feeling of rejection is what stops me from making that first play, right? But once I got the first no, it was all from there. And everybody we saw, I'm going up to groups of people, I'm going up to people, couples, I'm going to people by themselves, people just walking around, sitting down, whatever. I'm talking to everybody. So right after that, I went up to a group of people. I got 4 videos with that group. Then after that, I got 3 sets of people. So it was like 5 videos in a row that I got. Everybody that asked was like, yeah, sure, I'll do the video with you. Sure, no problem, cool. So now I'm like, I feel great. I'm like, okay, cool. This is what I was trying to get to. And the biggest thing for me is that I know what our people look like. The people that shop at Ember Candle Co. they're like open people. They are, I don't want to say friendly necessarily. They definitely are communicative. They're people that like to converse. They're fun people. That's usually the brand of people that I see. And I know this because we've sold thousands of candles to people face to face. So I know what they look like when I see them. And there was one person in particular I thought was really funny because I had saw her come out of a store and I'm like, you know what? I think that she's our kind of people. So I asked her for the video, right? And she ended up saying she didn't want to do the video, but we had a long conversation about her business. She owns a hair salon. She was talking about ways that she talked about a hair salon. She was saying that she would burn a candle in her hair salon. And she actually tried to buy the candle right there, right? And I thought it was crazy because I told her no, because I thought that the wick was too high. And I'm like, I can't sell you a wick with that's too high. But, you know, if you go on the website, whatever, it's on there, hit me up, I got you with a discount or whatever, you know, cool. So when she was leaving, I went to give her a handshake, right? And when I went to give her a hand, she had like a leather jacket on down to her wrist. And when her sleeve came up, she had like a whole forearm sleeve tattoo on, but I couldn't see it under her jacket. And then Tim told me, he was like, oh yeah, I saw it on her, like right where her chest was at. She had a huge tattoo up there too, but I didn't see that. So I'm like, I'm not surprised that she had that, because we also noticed that people who have tattoos usually tend to be our people. It's like I said, it's very progressive, bold. That's usually our clients, like people that really rock with the candles usually tend to fall to that category. So it could be the labeling that's also bold. It all comes together, right? So funny enough, I don't think I told Melissa this either, that she told me, I was talking to her about the candles, right? And she said that she doesn't think the videos would help people buy the candles. That's what she said, right?
Why did she say that?
Because she said that people buy them now. She said people buy candles all the time without knowing how they smell, right? And she just bought a candle from an ad the other day. I was like, what? She's like, yeah. And then she goes, it's funny. Like I said, she was very, she's very present for sure, but she was also, there's a word for that. I guess social. I don't think that's the right word. She's very sociable. She was pulling out her phone to show me the candle that she just bought, right? She's like, yeah, I can show you right now. Got her phone out. So she just bought the Jerry Seinfeld candle. Have you seen that candle around? So Homesick has a candle that, right, but she didn't, I don't think she knows the brand like that. Cause I was just like, she said, yeah, I bought it from an ad. And it wasn't, she said it wasn't like a video or nothing. And I'm like, what could have been on there that made you say, I want to buy it?
It said Jerry Seinfeld, and then it probably had him on the box.
Probably. And then it smelled like his apartment. That's what it says on there. And I'm like, okay, so there are things that can be said on the video, on the ad, that get somebody to buy the candle. And I'm like, okay, I've only seen 2 people so far that I've, in the entirety of doing this, that have bought a candle from an ad. Her and somebody else. Like, I don't really know. I don't know what to put in an ad for somebody to buy it.
That's what, and I think that's what Ariel was trying to say too, and for Fake and Brittany too, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like it's more of an aesthetic or a feeling, like that you're trying to convey probably in the photo, as opposed to telling people what it smells like.
But like, what would that look like?
It would just look cool. Like in my head, I feel like that's the simplest way to say it. But
like a Iron Man in the back shooting.
It's depending on what kind of candle company you are, sure.
Okay, so what would be cool for us?
I think for us, it's like, I think for us it's kind of a certain aesthetic. Because when I say it to you, you're gonna be like, I don't think you're gonna understand because you're a guy.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be like, so what?
That's
But it's kind of the same thing with the makeup. Like, if someone sees me pull this out, they're gonna be like, and it's just this. What is this?
But I feel like that's not true.
Why is that not true?
Because they know that brand. They know what that is when they look at it.
Right.
But that's branding. So that doesn't really work for us.
So then it would be to work on our branding. It's not, I feel like I understand it in my head. I can't describe it. It's not.
I feel like you're being unserious.
Huh?
I feel like you're being unserious.
I'm being unserious? I don't know how to describe it. I really don't.
Describe what?
It's like the candle itself, and make everything else the candle. Make the website the candle. Make the, like, does that make sense?
Sure, but that's fine. But what is the candle?
It's
Sure, like Iron Man shooting a dinosaur. That's pretty cool.
To you.
With a top hat on, it's pretty funky.
But that's what I'm saying, where it's kind of like, okay, so, okay, I'm saying this, but I'm saying having these type of things around the candle.
Like that brand.
Yes. Yeah.
So should I have the candle to a Stanley Cup?
Yes.
Yes.
If you're drinking from a Stanley Cup and I also have a candle, I might listen to you a little bit more. Yes. If your apartment has is on the 57th floor, and you could look out into the horizon or whatever, or like if the candle, kind of like the videos. I feel like the videos that I was taking for the TikToks was kind of on the right track ish, where it's just kind of cool places, or I don't know, to associate it with the candle.
Yeah, I get what you're talking about. You're talking about just association, which is fine. That is, it makes sense, but I don't know what you're trying to associate it with. That's where I get lost. Where it's should we just do a Fiji water bottle?
I don't think that by itself, but the Fiji water bottle may be coupled with other things, probably.
Yeah, and I think it's hard. What's another brand or product, I guess, that you have in the house that you can show off that you don't bring outside with you? That's not a travel item. Sure. What are the things?
A vanity.
A vanity. Okay.
Having flowers in your home. I have to show you a video. But yeah, having flowers, vases. You don't take that outside with you. Having a charcuterie board.
Because my thing is, in my brain, when I think about the candles, I think about it as, when I think about marketing it, I would associate it with things that you carry around, so you can kind of show I'm outside with this thing, or I'm using this thing, but everything would have to be more or less inside your house, because you're not really bringing the candle anywhere else. And hold on, before you finish, what are you gonna say? When I was at that store that sells candles, the guy was telling me that people go in there to buy Nettie's small candle. They come from the hotel, he said, and they come to get the candle for their room. So, but yeah.
But that's why I don't think it has anything to do with the outside stuff, because you're gonna use it inside.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's my point. There's to me, I'm okay, if I wanted to show off this thing, I might throw it in my bag with a bunch of other things that people might like. So let's say I might throw in some Diera shades in my bag. You see me pack my bag with all the stuff that I have. I might be outside, you see me with all the things that I'm using. I could be outside at this restaurant, I'm let me get my makeup and put it on or whatever. But with a candle, you're taking it too literal. Not put makeup on outside. But with a candle, you're not gonna be I'm at my favorite restaurant, let me get my candle out and light my candle at the restaurant. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna bring the candle with you to your friends. Maybe grab my candle, I can bring it over to Melissa's house with me. You're not gonna do that. So no, you're not. Nobody's gonna bring that big ass candle with them.
Listen, that would be, you know what?
See, here you go. She put the makeup on. That's not, people don't do that. Melissa.
No, but I think that would be a funny short, or I think that would be a good video.
Sure.
To do.
Sure. So it'll be.
Wait! I left my candle. Hold on, let me get my candle.
Sure, but that's not. People don't operate that way.
Yes.
So I'm thinking about things that people operate in. I'm not gonna bring that mirror. That mirror right there. I'm not bringing that with me outside the house. So what are that's what I'm trying to figure out. That's how I think about marketing something. But I'd have to figure out in the house.
Why does it matter that you can't bring it outside?
Because I will be showing places that the kind of person that uses it goes to and how they interact.
I think it's about romanticizing your life. That's what it is. Romanticizing whatever the thing is. Because that's what girls want to do. They want the soft life. They want to romanticize their day-to-day. They want to romanticize their trip to Target. They want to romanticize their trip to Starbucks and get their little treat for the day. Your little treat for the day could be a candle. I feel like it has to kind of fall in line with that type of kind of mindset, that type of kind of mentality. Because that's what girls do. Girls do give themselves to complete tasks, to do the things they want to do. We have to get little treats.
Sure, but that doesn't answer the question of like how you show that. Because are you gonna show the person going to the store and getting? We don't have a store, so how would you show that?
Right, but you would show like maybe like online shopping, like I'm doing, because you can retail therapy but online. Because I had looked at retail therapy on Pinterest to get kind of like ideas, and they showed a whole bunch of Amazon shipping boxes and stuff like that. So that's kind of like that's one facet of it. And then, like I said, it would be kind of lighting. It would be showing someone lighting the candle before they do their skincare. So when showing someone lighting their candle before after they clean up the house, lighting the candle before their friends come over.
But how do you highlight the candle in that environment? How would you highlight the candle in that environment? So if I'm cleaning, how would I make it about the candle?
The candle will be in the foreground, and then everything will be happening in the background.
Okay, I can see that. I like that idea. Where you kind of have the background kind of blurred out. Because like I said, I've thought something of that. I don't know how that shot would look. Like, how much can I tell you're doing if the background is blurred out?
It doesn't have to be blurred if the candle is in the foreground.
But how would you focus on the candle and you can't focus on both?
You'll probably have to overlay two separate videos.
I guess that would work. Because I said that's my thing. It's like the candle does have to be associated with something else, but the question is, what is associated with, and how would we show that's association? That's my thing. And then, like I said, is it a picture? Is it a video? Something like that. So, like I said, we were out there yesterday, got a whole bunch of videos. I think we got 17 videos. So we got 10 for people watching and 7 for room service. So, like I said, I have a pet peeve, and I don't know if I told y'all this before. Okay. People that don't like to be public always strike me as odd. Right? I don't know what it is. It makes me feel uncomfortable, right? Because to me, that makes me believe that you are hiding something. You are trying not to be yourself. Like you are pretending to be something, and you don't want the public to see you don't want to get caught pretending, right? That's how my brain always goes to. So there was that's my thing, you know. It's weird. It's very weird to me. It'll never not be weird. It'll never not be weird to me. There's no explanation I've heard that I feel like that makes sense. Now, granted, logically, I get it. Somebody has a fear of being on social media, posted or somewhere, and then maybe it goes viral and everybody sees them, and then they make fun of them and calls them ugly. Right? Maybe, like, in my mind, that's the worst possible outcome. Or maybe, again, like, maybe if you're cheating or having an affair, and then you get posted with your girl or your guy online, and then people see it, and then you get divorced, and then you lose your kids because you were cheating. That's another one that could happen too. But then, shouldn't be cheating. But that's not my play. If you want to cheat, you want to cheat. That's cool for you. I don't think it's cool, but do your thing. But that could be a situation that happens with somebody. But again, you're doing nefarious things. You don't want to be seen doing nefarious things. So I understand logically, right? Maybe empathetic. I don't know what it is. I get it. I get that part. I just disagree. I just completely disagree with the idea of that. Okay, very odd to me. And then on the fact that most people have social media anyway, like it would be different if a person was like, listen, I just don't do social media at all. I don't take pictures at all. I don't do videos at all. But 99% of people, majority of people have a social media of some sort on some platform, or they have to post a picture for something for their, like, they're doing that somehow. But I don't want to get too deep into that. But there was a person, right, who I went up to them and I asked them for a picture for the video, right? And the girl was like, oh yeah, well, it was kind of funny too, because I asked her, like, oh, are you a candle person? And she was like, huh? I'm like, yeah, you into candles? She's like, yeah, I'm kind of into candle. I like a good candle. I'm like, all right, cool. I said, I have a candle company with my girlfriend. Do you mind smelling the candle and, letting me get your reaction to it? She was like, oh yeah, cool, sure, no problem. So I gave her the candle, and then she smelled. She's like, well, this smells good. Where'd you get this from? And I'm like, man, it's our candle. We both have a candle, right? We have a candle company. So she was enjoying the candle. I got her reaction to it. She said, oh, it smells really good. She gave her review of it. She gave her rating of it. And she told me what it reminds her of. I said, this is perfect, right? So then her boyfriend is there. So she passed him the candle. And then, it's his turn to go. So recorded him. He's kind of like, I'm not really good at this. I don't really know what to say. I don't know how to, I don't know. Okay, thank you. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, sure. So I get home, and then the person had DM'd us and asked not to post that video. Right now, I didn't hesitate. Listen, you don't even post it. I said, sure, you know what? I'll delete the video because it's not that big a deal from that perspective, right? But it's strange to me because in that moment, we told the person, hey, I'm going to use this video for social media and the website. Like, this is what the video is going to be for, right? And she was perfectly fine with it. She was like, okay, fine. Like, I don't care. Maybe... I don't know. Like I said, I don't know, because he never said he didn't want to be in a video. So it's like, I don't really know what that situation is. She seemed very okay with being in the video, and we already told them what was happening. So like I said, it was a very strange thing. Now, granted, before this happened, Tim was telling me that he felt like I did not address the guy when I approached both of them, right? And he was saying this before I even got to my house. He's like, listen, bro, that thing, the person you just went up to, that couple, you addressed the girl only. You didn't address the boyfriend, and he looked uncomfortable from you not addressing him, right? And I'm like, I read body language. So if I'm talking to and I can't remember specifically if it happened or not, but I'm very cautious when doing things like that. So I will always acknowledge the person by like looking at them and kind of seeing like, what's going on? Are you okay with this? Are you coming closer? Are you going away? Or are you not moving at all? When I was talking, he moved out of the frame of me talking to her. I'm like, okay, he must not be in the candles, or he must just want her to talk. So when that was happening, I heard him ask the guy, does he like candles? And the guy was like, yeah, not really. I'm not really a candle person. So once I hear that, I'm like, okay, you're not even trying to be involved because you're not a candle person or whatever. So I just like ignored him from that point. I'm like, I'm not gonna, like, if she's doing the video, I'm gonna get the video with her. And then if, depending on how it goes, because a lot of people, what'll happen is, they'll smell the candle, right? The whole group will be like, nah, I don't want to smell it, right? And then one person will be like, you know what, I'll smell it. They'll smell it and go, oh my God, it smells amazing. Then everybody goes, oh, can I smell it? I want to smell it. And I'm like, I asked if you want to smell it beforehand, and now everybody, you want to say no. Now that she like you, like, I want to smell it too now, right? So I'm like, if he wants to do that, that's fine. If he decides that my girlfriend likes the candle, I'm going to try it, then I'll do that. So she goes to offer the candle to smell it. He never puts his hand out to take the candle. Doesn't take the candle at all, right? I'm like, okay, he must not really want to be in the video, whatever. Like, whatever the situation is. So that at the end, when she's done, she gives him the candle. I'm like, okay, it's your turn. Like, whichever you want, what's your, whatever I said, like, questions that I asked him. Tim said the only reason that he approached the guy and asked him that question was because he thought he was uncomfortable with me talking to his girlfriend, I guess. Now, for me personally, if someone approaches my girlfriend while I'm with her, right, I'm not going to leave and then be mad at whatever they're talking about. That's number one, right? I'm going to stand there and be like, okay, what are we talking about? What is happening? It's a candle company with his girlfriend. Oh, cool. I'll smell a candle. What's going on, right? But again, that could be a personality thing. Tim was telling me he thinks the guy was afraid. Now, when I looked at the video again whenever I got home, right? I got the vibe that he's racist. That's the vibe I got. The vibe I got. Okay? He gave me very like I'm scared of you two black men vibe. Like, what's happening here? Like, I feel like I'm being there's a word. What do they call that? I can't think of the word. But he felt accosted. I feel like he's being accosted by us, right? And y'all ever see that meme about the white smile? He was doing that, but with his teeth. It was very weird when I watched the video back. Something else that happened in the video was, now his girlfriend, I don't know if she was white. She seemed like she might be some type of ethnic. I don't know what the ethnicity would be, but she got some color in her. But there was a moment where she said, this low-key smell, and she said she caught herself from saying low-key. And I thought that was odd that she would catch herself from saying that. But it gave me the vibe that probably isn't a word that is understood by that culture, right? Now I wonder, I mean, I guess he probably thought that we're black and we could take his ethnic girlfriend, right? Maybe that's what he thought. But it definitely seemed, she seemed not uncomfortable. She seemed apprehensive about saying low key to him and then change it to something else. So that was another person we interacted with over the weekend or yesterday. And we had a lot of fun. There's a lot of good stories, a lot of good videos that we got there. So I'm going to be posting that throughout the week. We met a lawyer that was there. We met a hair salon owner. A couple people with a large following on social media we met. Who else did we meet? It was, like I said, talked to a lot of different people that day. So I'm very happy with the outcome of what we have. And it's a lot of good videos. And we got the videos on candles that look very good. So that's always a thumbs up for that. And why I felt very accomplished this week, my next topic, is we got the photo shoot, some of the photo shoot done, right? I feel like we are moving with a little bit of agency and things are getting done. Now, I think they could be done faster, but I think that it's interesting when it comes to the environment. You can change your environment and be more productive, but also more efficient. So it'll feel like you're not doing as much work, even though you're getting more work done than you normally would. Right? It's interesting like that. Cause like if I'm doing a photo shoot and I'm not doing it with like a lot of haste, I may feel as though I'm not putting my all into it. I may feel like, okay, this is maybe I don't want to say boring, but it's just not high energy. But at the end of the day, I'm still getting good shots and it's still getting done. Right? But I think that comes from the environment change, because if I have to rush to the photo shoot and I'm like, okay, I got to get this done right now. I got to run to get the whatever material I need for the photo shoot. I got to buy this thing. I got to do this photo shoot in 45 minutes and have it done. Right. I feel like I will feel as though I'm doing more, even if I'm doing the same amount of work, and I feel lethargic when I do it. Right. And I think that comes from, like I said, the environment shift. The biggest thing for me with the photo shoot, because I noticed that I was, again, putting it off. And I'm like, why do I keep putting this off? I'm like, this photo shoot, I'm supposed to do it on like Monday or Tuesday, but I don't want to do it. I'm like, okay, boom. There's something about the environment that is making me not want to do this photo shoot. What is that thing? I'm looking around, I'm like, okay, go through the process, Donovan, of how you would do this photo shoot. And I realized we have 4 tables in the house now. But one table we eat at, right? And I normally do the photo shoot on that table. And I'm like, damn, I would have to move all the stuff that we use throughout the day regularly to do the photo shoot. And doing that photo shoot is kind of blocks off the passageway for taking a picture, because the house is not that big. So if I have the umbrella set up, I have the camera set up, I have with the tripod, I have like other light set up, I have the backdrop or whatever. It takes up a lot of space that we actually use, and that will be on Melissa's side of the table. So she'd have to either go to a different side of the table or not get work done, or do it like laying in the bed, or just like I said, just be like, I don't feel like doing anything. So I'm like, okay, what has happened? I'm like, okay, boom, we have another table, but I feel like, you know what? I'm going to do it on that table. So I clean the whole table off, move the candle off the table, and I'm like, oh, this is easy. Like, I could do a photo shoot right now. Like, I'm like, oh, this is mad. This is light work. And in that instant, my brain went to, I can easily do a photo shoot just by cleaning off another table and putting the candles on the windowsill. We have like a lot of extras for photo shoots and just things that are like testers. Probably about 25 to 30 candles up here on the windowsill, and that literally putting them up there changed the whole environment atmosphere about doing a photo shoot. I could do a photo shoot probably 3 times a week now because of that one small change. And I'm like, okay, this is what I say, this is what I mean about the environment. Because at the end of the day, I want to do the photo shoot. It's not like I don't want to do it. I want to do it. I don't really mind doing it. Like, I kind of enjoy taking photos. So I'm like, okay, why is it hard for me to do something that I want to do, that I enjoy doing, and we need to have done? That doesn't make any sense. Why would I not want to do this? Boom. Make it easy to do. It gets done. So I said this environment thing is really big, and there's some photos on there. They're probably gonna come out this week. Some of them shits is fire. Some of them shits probably like, I'm telling y'all, shit about to slap your mother. Oh my goodness, some of them is fire. But it is you guys' favorite time of the podcast. It is the League of Villains segment. Yay! Woo! League of Villains, yay! Woo!
I was told that I should be here, so I'm here for the League of Villains segment. What's going on? I feel like crap. It's supposed to be that time of the month. It's not here yet, but I feel like crap. Shout out to Brittany. She's bought mad candles. We really appreciate you. I've been working on the prototype for the refills. And I know when I say prototype, it sounds very scientific. It's because it is. I might show you guys because I made 2 prototypes, and one of them came out bad, but one of them came out really freaking good. And I thought it would too. Like, I don't know, in my brain, I kind of have a thing where I can kind of play out a model of something in my brain, and I don't know, from playing out the model, I'll just know if something will work or not. So I had 2 different things. I took a vessel, I put clay in it because I had to make 2 different prototypes. I had to make a clay mold, a silicone mold. Once I have the silicone mold, then I can start testing the actual like refills and making them, right? But I have to make the clay mold first and use that clay mold to then make a silicone mold. So this is like a 2-fold process, right? So for fake 3, but okay, let's call it 2-fold process just for the molds. I made the first mold. One of them I made with plastic wrap before I put the clay. The other one I didn't, and I just knew that the one that I didn't put the plastic wrap in, I just knew it wouldn't work. I knew it wouldn't work, but I'm like, you know what if it surprises me, and what if it doesn't? Like, what if it does work? And I thought that it wouldn't. It didn't work. Did not work. But I did the one with the plastic wrap at the same time, and that one came out beautiful, perfectly, right? So then it was time for the second part of the thing. So I achieved the first part, that like clay prototype, check, know how to do it, can replicate it, perfect. Now it's on for step 2, making a silicone mold. Now I've never used silicone before in that capacity. I've never made a silicone mold before, but I figured it shouldn't be hard, based off of videos that I've seen. So I took the clay, I put it in the silicone and everything. I let it set and everything like that. I try to check it. It's supposed to cure after 6 hours, but I used a lot. So on the first day it was still wet when I tried to pull it out. The second time when I tried to pull it out, I put it in like this container. I think the container was too small. The container was definitely too small because one of the sides, like there's like a little hole on the side from like not being enough silicone, and you want it to be at least like 1/4 of an inch of silicone surrounding the whole perimeter of whatever it is you're making a mold of. So and the other issue that I had is that the container that I put it in was not a soft container. It was like a hard plastic. So because it's a hard plastic, I was not able to maneuver. I couldn't even get the silicone out of the container because there was no give. There was nothing to kind of, there's no way to shimmy it out. Like I wanted to kind of use a cheap container and like cut it open. Like that's kind of what I was thinking, but I couldn't find what I was looking for, and I settled with this one. So I ordered some acrylic sheets on Amazon, and pretty much the way that I'm going to do the next iteration of this second step, I'm going to kind of like build a box that the sides are removable, so that once it's like, I can build a box to pour it into, and then once it's set, I can then take off the adhesives that's keeping the box together, and then, you know, pull it off without having to actually shimmy something out of something else. So that's the idea that I have now, and I have all the material for it. It's just the timing sucks because now I feel like crap. So, you know, but that's something that's really cool that I am very excited for, because a lot of the time I think that could be a very big selling point for us, and that's something that we could do subscriptions with, the wax. And it's cheaper too, because we would just be selling wax, fragrance, the wick at that point, as opposed to having to sell the glass, and the glass is also heavy, so that'll make the shipping cheaper. It's just kind of all around, like, just having refills would be an amazing thing. And then people have told us, I know personally, this situation that we have right here is kind of like, if you don't want to throw the glass out, I could reuse them. But if you're a consumer and you don't really want to throw the glass out, because these are nice ass glasses, they are really nice, they just kind of pile up, right? Or you're gonna have to find a use for them. So I'm excited to give people that option of, oh, hey, this is refillable, you can put, you know, stuff in here and everything like that. What else? I've been meeting with Accenture. If you guys know, you know, that's a big name. It's a business consulting firm, and I have like an ongoing mentorship with them that's probably gonna last about a month. And then aside from that, I have a separate mentorship. It's kind of like it's going to be for like a couple hours tomorrow. That's completely separate from the ongoing mentorship that I have. So that's pretty cool to have those two opportunities, I guess, to meet with two different sides of Accenture and everything. So I actually had to come up with questions for that, and I also wanted to iterate some stuff for my ongoing mentorship, because the thing that I wanted to focus on is getting more corporate accounts and increasing the brand awareness for the company. Donovan got me a Fitbit. Why'd you get me a Fitbit? He was trying to see if my craziness is physiological.
The main reason was a reminder for you to be present, and to, if in case something is happening in terms of your heart rate, you'll know. Because I think if you are better at regulating how you feel, it'll help us in a relationship and in the company, in the business.
So you guys have heard as to why he got me a Fitbit. So how do I feel about wearing it? So far, I like it. I like being able to track my sleep, being able to track my heart rate and stuff like that. And then also, it definitely be going off, and it'd be like, hey, are you stressed out? Your heart rate jumped up. Are you okay? Log how you're feeling. Tell us how you're feeling. I'm like, okay. Yeah, it does. It does. It'd be like, you want to take 2 minutes? You want to take 2 minutes to breathe? I'm like, okay, let's take 2 minutes to breathe. So there's that. My sleeping has been, I already knew my sleeping has been pretty fucked up, but being able to see it like on a chart and everything like that, and see kind of what's happening, you know, while you sleep. Yeah, I know that sleep is important. I did a little studying on it when I was in high school or whatever, so I understand, you know, REM sleep, deep sleep, and everything like that. Pretty sure everybody understands that. So to see how my habits, you know, affects how I'm feeling, stuff like that. Like on a chart physically, something there to remind me and be like, and refer to, and then be able to build on, I think is really cool. So I definitely am enjoying using the app, and wearing the Fitbit. My resting heart rate, in my opinion, is kind of high. It's like 75, and they said that like a top athlete would be like at a 40. I guess I'm not a top athlete, you know. I be thinking I'm an athlete in my head. I think I'm everything in my head. I'm just, in my head, I'm a superstar. But I'm like, how I get my heart rate down to 40? Like they're not taking Olympic athletes heart rates and using that as a, but they said that average resting rate should be about 60. So I'm generally anywhere between 15 to 20 beats per minute above that, which I don't really like. So I've been trying to be healthier and kind of putting more emphasis on my health. So drinking more water, and then trying to choose healthier options in terms of snacks and stuff like that, right? So I bought fruits to blend and make smoothies with, and I didn't know that we don't have a blender in the house, so I have not made a smoothie yet. It's in the storage unit. So at some point when I'm feeling better than I am, I'm gonna go to the storage unit and get the blender. But that kind of messes with my plans, because that was supposed to be a part of my like snack routine. So now I don't really have as much snacks. And snacking, please, y'all, if y'all have some healthy snacks like dairy free, low effort snacks, could you let me know in the comments, because I really want to do better with that. But man, it is what it is at this point. Donovan has been taking some cool ass pictures, and I'm supposed to take the AI take the AI and razzle dazzle them, but the AI be trying to razzle dazzle me. So that's why I'm laughing. Donovan might put the picture up. I try to add a cigar to this one picture. Right. Like, I don't know. I felt like I was intruding on the cigar and the perfume. Like, what are you doing, AI? But that's it. How do I feel? I feel lost. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like I don't have a consistent feeling about things. One minute I may feel very optimistic, and then the next minute I may feel like I am in a pit. So it's like, and I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing to feel that way. I wish I could give more context or more information with that, but how I'm gonna give you more information now, and I'm lost. Like, how I'm gonna do that? So okay, I'm gonna cry now. Bye. Bruh, I did not want to come up here.
Oh Lord. No, jeez.
Man, you be saying it all the time. Women shouldn't work. Now I feel like that. Now I feel like I shouldn't work. I don't want to work no more. Like I said, I don't think I should be held liable to anything that I said.
Okay, as you can see, Melissa's not having a good hour right now, I guess. Whew. Hope nobody started crying during that. Like I said, I find that to be very funny, because the last 3 weeks she was like, I feel amazing. I feel great. Everything is fire. I love this. And I'm like, really? Okay. I'm like, all right. Now she's like, man, I'm lost. Somebody could just find me. I wish in this dark world.
I want to give more information. I want to be like, I feel lost because of X, Y, and Z. But it's like, it's a tough thing, because I'm optimistic for good reason.
Uh-huh.
It's just, you want to know what it is? This is why I feel lost.
Okay.
I feel like I'm running, sprinting for my life. And the headway, like, where I want to be, I'm not there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Listen, if you do, I tell you to do, you be fine. You don't listen. Make more pictures. Supposed to be at like 40 pictures by now. 50 pictures. How many we got?
You saw what AI be doing. Right?
I don't care what AI be doing, Melissa. I don't care.
See, now the damn thing is asking me if I'm okay.
Right.
I'm not okay. I be fake happy to put no. I'm frustrated. And it's funny.
It has words to choose from, like what you are.
It's funny because sometimes I don't know what words to choose. Because sometimes I don't be like mad, but I'm also not happy. So they have a content, calm, anxious, or whatever. But sometimes I don't feel like I'm any of the things on the list. So then I have to kind of like assess deeper what I'm feeling to then put it connected to a thing. Which is not something that I normally do.
Right. That's why I got the Fitbit for that right there.
But I feel like, do you feel like I'm overreacting?
Yes, absolutely. But you are going, it's your time of the month, so I don't care. It's like whatever. I know that, but the reason why I have the Fitbit is so that you know that. You talking about you feel lost? I'm like, so I'm like, where did that come from? He was fine all day, and then you get a podcast, and you're like, you guys. As soon as you get a podcast, turn the stuff on As soon as you get on here, you just, hey guys, I'm feeling sad.
Ew!
You don't sound sad. I bet you are. I bet you are sad. We are in the same predicament we were in this week that we were in the last couple of weeks, and you felt amazing the last couple of weeks, and all of a sudden nothing has changed, and you feel sad.
Things have changed.
What has changed? We have done more than we did the last couple of weeks, and things you feel worse. Explain that. How does that work? We got more videos. We got the photography done. You working on the refill that we didn't have the week before, and you like, nah, I'm depressed. I'm sad.
Listen. That's
my bad. Lost.
This is how I feel.
Right, which is I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not telling you that you're not lost. That you don't feel that. I think you do feel it.
Right.
So it is what it is.
Because that's the thing. I still be getting stuff done.
Sure.
Not the things that you want me to do.
Right, which is what needs to be on the priority list of things.
It is priority.
It should be number one priority.
Okay, so this is not number one.
It needs to be number one.
It's not.
I know it's not. It needs to be number one.
But it's not.
But it is.
Because there's things that are more.
Like what?
The packages behind you, the candles.
Which one did I give you that's not number one?
Huh?
Which one do I say that you feel?
So on the list, if my list is, I have to make candles, I have to pack orders, and I have to make photos. What would you say is the number one priority on that list?
Which one did I not give you?
Huh?
Which one would I not have given you?
Which one would you not have given me? What do you mean?
Those things are 3 things I would have told you. Like, we need these packed, we need candles made, and we need pictures made.
Right, you told me, yes. You're giving me 3 things to do. Which one is the top priority?
In that particular instance, like that specific example,
yes,
what's the 3? What's the 3?
Making candles. Packing orders.
Images for sure.
Making images.
Images for sure.
Images for sure.
Yes.
How is that?
Because the packages don't have to go out because it's Sunday, so you're not taking them out, are you?
Huh?
You taking them out?
I thought you would take them out.
To USPS?
Yeah.
It's closed.
It's not closed.
On Sunday?
Yeah. The one in the city is closed. Is it closed?
I guess. I assume so. I know they all close on Sunday.
I thought you said that one's open 24/7.
I've never. USPS?
Sorry, not. Yeah, the one in Moini Hoindy is not open on Sundays?
Nah, I don't think so.
Oh, I thought it was.
No.
I thought it was open on Sunday.
I think all federal situations like that be closed on Sunday.
Oh.
That's why I thought. Maybe I'm bugging. That's what I thought.
I don't know.
Right, I thought it was closed, but yes. So there's that one. What else was on the list? That you,
The candles?
right, that's.
Well, sure. If that was sure, because that's kind of my issue.
You know what? It's my fault. It's my fault because I don't explain to you what the images are for, so you don't know how important they are for us. Okay, the images are for us to run ads. Okay, the better you get at making images, the better we can get at making ads to make money, to put money into, to get sales. The longer that you take to make images, the less quickly you will get better at making images.
Sure, I guess, but like if I'm tasked with making 10 images in a day, that's a lot of images.
Okay, you know what? You're right, which is why I have a different strategy.
Okay.
You can recreate 10 images that you see from.
Recreate 10 images.
Yes, you see 10 images of candle-related content, or even not even candles, just content that is a product.
Could it be 10? Could it be?
No, 10 is not a lot.
10 is a lot.
It's not a lot.
Am I doing nothing else in my day?
You think it's gonna take you? How long will it take you to make 10?
What do you mean?
How long do you think it'll take you to make 10?
To make 10, it depends. Like, okay, probably honestly, and for it to look good, cause like, do you care?
But that's what I just told you. That's why I said that's why you make 10 a day, because you're gonna get better from making 10 a day. You're gonna learn something from the 10 you do today. You can add it to what you do tomorrow, so you'll be better.
Sat down and made 10 images straight. You know that?
Sure. What does that mean? But that's because you don't listen when I tell you to make 10.
No, it's not that I have too many. There's
the things that I give you. If you don't, those are the things that I do. These things. Anything else that's not those things, you have no responsibility for. These are the things that we need to get done to get out of the situation that we feel like we're in. These things, do this, and this. There's a clear path of what I'm saying to do. This, and this. Anything else after that you want to do, have fun, do the stuff you want to do. This, and this need to be done. These are the most important things we have to do. Because the better images are, the better they be on the website. They'll be on the product page. If people come to the product page, they go, oh, this is a nice thing. I learned that you guys have beeswax. This picture looks nice. I like this. It looks really good. That's what it's for. We get more sales from how it looks. We post it on Instagram. People see that we have. You see? Now, what is the problem? See? What is the problem? You shouldn't. This is why I give you 3 things to do. Because you don't listen. Yes. You're right. Sometimes I'll give you 5. My bad. The majority of times, it's 3 things. And if it's more than 3, they're a very small task. If you would just listen to me, I said the majority. Yes. Okay. Yes, you are not. You know what? I could tell what's going on here. When we're done, we can talk about how you feel, and we'll finish the conversation after the podcast, because you feel lost, and I want you to be found. I want to make sure that you don't feel like that you are in the dark, and I will find you. Okay? I will shine a light on your problems, and we can find them all together. Okay? Okay. So that's what we will do. Once the podcast is done, I will make sure I find you. Don't get lost any more than you are now from when I get off the podcast. Oh my God. So the last couple things I want to adjust or bring up with y'all is the fact that I feel healthier. I've been taking better care of myself. I've lost some weight, not purposefully, just in, I guess, happenstance. Been walking around, eating less, eating better. So I was at like 230. Now I'm at 220, and my average weight is like 180-ish. So I've gained 50 pounds overweight for what I should be, right? So, gotta definitely, that's going down, so that's good. I'm telling you, environment's everything. One thing I want to do for the website, like I said, this is why. I never understand this. This is a lifelong thing for me. When I tell people to do something, if they just do it, things go better. They don't want to do the stuff. I don't understand that. My brain doesn't comprehend. So we are adding more product to the website. So I want to add the smaller vessel to the website so we can then have a gift collection of the candles. You can buy small of the 4 ounce or the 2 ounce ones. You can buy multiple of them and have fun and go crazy, right? We'll have to have imagery for those candles. So, I was hoping that we would have some type of imagery that we could have in play going forward for that. So we have to have that. I think having a wick trimmer will be another thing. I think we have to have things that people can bundle together to buy on the website. We don't really have that. It's not a lot of products. It's a lot of products. It's weird. It's not a lot of products. We have multiple sizes of the same product. So if I have 3 of one product, or let's say, hypothetically speaking, I have 10 of one product, that's technically 10 products to us, but to the consumer, it's not 10 products. It's one product in different size or different colors. So we need to have more products for them to be able to go, okay, I'm going to add this and this and this, or, I want to try that and that, okay? like I said, I think most people might. It's funny. More people were buying the wig trimmer from the website before when we had it than they were buying it in person. There was like an add-on. Like, oh yeah, I thought I need a wig trimmer. I don't have one. I'll buy one from you guys, right? So these things are the things that we need that also allow us to build more of a connection with the people that are buying from us, because they're like, oh, and no, I have the wig trimmer. I learned about cutting candle wicks. I might get a heat lamp. I have different sizes for you guys. I could give away as gifts. I might get, what else are we gonna have on there? Oh, the refills. Now I don't have to worry about having 17 vessels in my house. I only have to get one, and I could, or maybe just 4. I just replace it with a different scent. Honestly, you might even have another vessel that it could be like a refill vessel where it doesn't even have a name on it. It's just like a nice vessel or something like that. You throw it in there, different colors, something. We might even be able to do that. You could buy, I don't know how you would, maybe have like different color vessels that you could just get. We'll figure it out, but that's just what I'm saying. Like, these are part of the building process of having a business, right? The emails are finally set up, allegedly, right? I've been going back and forth with the guy who wrote them, so the flow should be set up. Now, I'm gonna start running it in the next couple of days to see how it goes. Hopefully that will bring us in some sales, right? Then I can start iterating on that to make it look better, make it, convert more, things like that. Then, with the images that Melissa makes, we'll use them for the pop-up on the website because, it'll look better. People will want to sign up for it because they'll be more inclined to go, oh, this is nice, I like this. And then it'll go into the flow of the email journey, and then they go and buy the candles from the 5th email or whatever, right? This is why I tell people, just listen to what I tell you to do. That's it. No. I be telling people, I'm saying do this. There should be no question. Just do this thing.
It's not a question. There's issues in doing the thing. But you said we'll talk about it after sometime.
There are no questions. Right. So that's set up. I'm gonna try and get that running today, but I gotta edit this today, and I have to finish editing the vlog. I want to try and get it out tomorrow. That's my plan. And now to the brain. This is my last segment for the day. Now, I told y'all before, I think I have a brain injury, right? I told you I think that I've been hit in the head with a bowling ball and I have a concussion, right? So, I have noticed that my brain seems to be operating as some sort of muscle. I know, right? It's crazy. But I've noticed I've been able to recall things better than I have before. I just did it with the email thing. Because I have to tell me, 3 weeks ago, I would not have remembered that. I'd be like, damn, that's crazy. I forgot it. And it would have been gone. But I feel like I can feel the neurons kind of like connecting more in my brain. But I feel like I have to kind of strengthen it. So the more, like the harder I try to recall something, the easier it becomes more later on. And this is not intentional, but it seems like my vocabulary, the different words I can recall from my vocabulary or from my vocabulary, from my history, are coming up. And the more that I use those words, the more that other words I remember come up for different situations. So that's been a great thing for me because, like I said, everything kind of feels a lot more connected now. As before, I felt like sometimes I would just be like, damn, I don't even know what's going on. I'm just standing here like, yeah, that's cool. All right. But I definitely feel like it's coming back. So it could be the food I'm eating. It could be walking and exercising. It could be working more. It could be me more intentional about the work I'm doing. It could be feeling more accomplished about the work that I'm getting done. All those things could be things that attribute to that feeling. But I do know for sure trying harder to recall things and then recalling it definitely seemed to be the biggest impact on that. And the last thing that I want to, well, second to last, almost last A, last B, is that the speech thing also seems to be improved a little bit. And one thing that it could be talking to people also. I forgot about that. Going out to do the videos with Tim or by myself, I'm now forced to talk to more people. So I'm going to have to get my words together talking to them. And I think also when I get those words together from my brain, it connects them, even better. But I looked it up and they said that slurring words can also be an effect or a side effect of weak jaw muscles. And I did not know that. I thought it was mostly in your brain. I thought it's mostly just like something happened in your brain. You can't speak correctly. That's what I thought. But I didn't know it could be your muscle jaw is just not strong enough. And honestly, If I'm not talking that much, maybe that causes that. Or if I'm talking a certain speech pattern that doesn't force me to use different parts of my different muscles when I speak, like if I'm only using very short words, very easy words, I feel like those things will make me speak. I'll have more issues when I speak by using shorter words. So, but those are two things I learned or felt like I learned over the last week, which I'm excited about going forward. There is something I plan to do. I haven't done it yet, but I still planned, and I'm not going to say it until I do it. All right. Because I feel like I don't want to say it and then feel like I'm doing it because I told y'all. I want to do it because I have to do it. You can find us here next week. Hopefully the podcast will be shot earlier in the week, maybe Thursday, Friday. You know what it is? Hashtag Bamboo Project 2024, changing our environment. Okay, change the environment. We'll figure out the proper term, but that's gonna be the thing for 2024, changing the environment. And with that being said, Bamboo Project out.